Liverpool Football Club isn't just a team. It's a legacy built on passion, loyalty, and the stubborn defiance of its supporters. But between 2007 and 2010, that legacy faced a threat like never before. This isn't just a story about bad owners. This is a story about how Liverpool fans fought back, how they resisted, and how they forced their owners out. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with me as we unpack one of the most important battles in Liverpool's history, the fight the fans simply refused to lose. It all started in February 2007 when two American businessmen, Tom Hicks and George Gillett, bought Liverpool FC. At the time, it looked like the beginning of a new chapter. They promised to bring modern management, a world-class stadium, and financial power to compete with Europe's biggest clubs. They assured fans that they would back manager Rafa Benítez fully in the transfer market. At first, the Liverpool fan base welcomed them. Liverpool had been seeking investment. Hicks and Gillett said all the right things. They promised the fans a spade in the ground on a new Stanley Park stadium within 60 days of the purchase. But what they didn't make clear was that the entire acquisition was a leveraged buyout. The club was essentially purchased with borrowed money. The debt wasn't their problem. It became Liverpool's problem. From day one, the club carried the weight of that debt. The stadium? It never materialized. They unveiled fancy blueprints, they made public announcements, but the funds never arrived. By 2008, it was obvious. The promises had collapsed, and the stadium plan was dead in the water. And the financial situation? It got worse. Liverpool quickly found themselves drowning under nearly £350 million of debt. Annual interest payments alone were draining £21 million per year. Money that could have gone forward to new players, facilities, or youth development. The fans began to see the cracks. Hicks and Gillett weren't investing, they were borrowing, and the club was paying the price. Then came the Boardroom civil war. Gillett tried to sell his stake to Dubai International Capital in 2008, but Hicks blocked the sale. Their partnership fell apart in public. Gillett openly described their relationship as unworkable. Reports suggested that they were no longer on speaking terms. And while the owners were fighting each other, Liverpool's performances on the pitch were being dragged down by the instability. Rafa Benítez, who had delivered the Champions League in 2005 and the FA Cup in 2006, was left battling for support. Transfer budgets shrank, promises evaporated. Benítez clashed with the board over key targets, most famously missing out on Gareth Barry, a player that he wanted but couldn't afford due to financial constraints. The fans had seen enough. This wasn't just mismanagement. This was betrayal. Liverpool wasn't just falling behind, it was being dragged towards collapse. Supporters saw it happening in real time, and they refused to stand by and watch. So they took action. In early 2008, the Spirit of Shankly Supporters Union was born. This was not just another fan group. Spirit of Shankly was a grassroots movement with a mission: protect Liverpool FC from the damage being done by its owners. And they didn't stop at petitions or chants. They organized marches, they staged protests outside Anfield and at the team's hotels. They flooded the streets with banners reading "Not Welcome" and "Yanks Out." They took the fight beyond Liverpool, protesting in London, Texas, Montreal, wherever Hicks and Gillett might hear them. This was global resistance. Liverpool fans around the world united under one cause: get these owners out. Inside the club, the financial situation was becoming desperate. By 2010, the Royal Bank of Scotland, which had financed the takeover, demanded repayment. The club couldn't pay. Liverpool was hurtling towards administration, a scenario that would have cost them a 9-point deduction in the Premier League. For a club of Liverpool's stature, this was unthinkable. The fans refused to let it happen. They pushed harder. Spirit of Shankly gained momentum. They lobbied politicians, engaged media, staged sit-ins at Anfield, and occupied boardrooms. They traveled to court hearings. They would not let their club fall without a fight. At the same time, a rescue effort was taking shape inside the boardroom. Chairman Martin Broughton, Christian Purslow, and Ian Ayres sided with the supporters. They challenged Hicks and Gillett. They sought players who would clear the debt, stabilize the club, and respect Liverpool's traditions. The fans backed them fiercely. This wasn't just a business deal. It was a fight for the club's soul. In October 2010, after a bitter court battle, the High Court ruled in favor of the board. Liverpool FC was sold to New England Sports Ventures, NESV, later known as Fenway Sports Group, FSG, for £300 million. Hicks and Gillett tried to block the sale. They called it an epic swindle. They sued for damages, but they lost. Their grip on the club was broken. And the fans, they won. They forced their owners out, not through chance, not by waiting, but through relentless, organized action. The victory didn't just change ownership, it changed Liverpool's identity. Spirit of Shankly didn't dissolve. They stayed. They demanded a seat at the table. They pushed for fan representation, for transparency, and for accountability. And they got it. Under FSG, Liverpool was rebuilt. Carefully, responsibly. Anfield was expanded, not with empty blueprints, but with real investment. Liverpool's transfer policy became smarter, and on the pitch, Liverpool roared back. Champions League winners in 2019, Premier League champions in 2020, FA Cup winners, League Cup winners, Club World Cup winners. It wasn't just trophies, it was the right kind of success. But the fans never forgot. When Liverpool signed up for the European Super League in 2021, the Spirit of Shankly and Liverpool fans mobilized instantly. Within hours, protests erupted outside Anfield. Banners went up. The chants returned. The fans forced Liverpool to withdraw from the project within 48 hours. The owners apologized. They said they misjudged the situation. But the truth was clear. The fans had sent another message. Fan power works. By 2025, Liverpool stands as one of the most financially stable and sportingly competitive clubs in the world. Anfield continues to expand. Liverpool regularly competes in Champions League, and the scars of the Hicks and Gillett era still serve as a powerful reminder. Because this isn't just a chapter in the club's history, it's a warning. The fans now know their power. They know that silence is dangerous, that football clubs aren't businesses, they're communities, they're families. Supporters hold the soul of Liverpool. They are the heartbeat. The owners are custodians, and the custodians must answer to the people. When Liverpool fans sing, "You'll never walk alone," it's not just a song. It's a promise. It's a battle cry. It's a reminder of what they built and what they fought for. Hicks and Gillett thought that they could buy Liverpool, but they didn't understand what they were buying. Liverpool owns itself through its people. This story is a victory, a fan base that refused to surrender, supporters who stood their ground, a movement that changed football ownership forever. So the next time you hear about fans fighting for their club, remember this: Liverpool fans forced their owners out. They made history. If you enjoyed this story of resistance, fan power, and triumph, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and check out our Patreon for exclusive content and early access to the stories that we're going to be covering next. Because on this channel, we don't just follow the game, we follow the stories that define it.